are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Great. I think
Yeah.
only you and I'm not sure if
Yes.
there is coming to join our meetup.
Yes. Maybe. Yeah.
Much
We
better.
can.
We can talk more.
Yes. Yes.
So where's your friend? Last time your
Sorry.
friend. What's her
Yeah.
name?
Alabi.
Ilabi, right?
Yes. 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 I
Ah,
don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe right now she did not.
mm,
She is not active. She was not active from yesterday. So I don't know about her.
yeah, yeah. She is from Vietnam, right?
No, Cambodia.
Cambodia. Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Last time we had 3 sessions, but you just joined first session. You don't know. You didn't
Yes.
know
Yeah,
that.
I don't know about the last two sessions because
Mm.
maybe I think that the session is over.
Yeah, because we always reconnect with the same link. So if
Yes.
you want to rejoin, just click the same link and to
Yes. Yes.
join
Yes.
another session.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I haven't seen you in the group. You haven't posted any videos or introduction in the group. Are you member in the group? Facebook group.
Yeah, because I don't use lots of time on Facebook. Maybe most of the times I use on Instagram.
Instagram. Yes, that's the reason why. Because some of the members they are really active in the Instagram, but they're not really active in the Facebook group. So yeah, so they are not really updated what's happening our group.
Yes, yes,
I see. So anyway, our topic today is all about ESL grammar, grammar ESL
yes, yes.
conversation, and then you have to ask some questions for to interact. Did you prepare some
Yeah,
questions?
I prepared some things, but I cannot understand very well because I understand sometimes ed and ing. It is the adjective of using in a sentence.
Uh, 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 uh.
Uses in sentence. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, because I don't know about before when I am trying to study today on that topic so that I know the
Mm.
adjective is and the ing is used to describe of character of person or things and situation.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah, because yeah, I don't focus on grammar sometimes. I just focus on speaking, listening and watching videos. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
sometimes too hard for me.
But you know what?
And
Studying grammar is very interesting. I love studying grammar actually, but
yes, yes.
when I take exams, if I get mistakes, I really hate it. I don't like. But
Yeah.
really interesting if there are a lot of exercises to help you
Yeah.
to
In,
familiarize
in
grammar
in
rules.
school time is terrible of grammar.
Mm.
Sometimes terrible. When I am in school, just I hated some grammar because the rules and the sentence, 12 sentence and their example and
Yeah, yeah. So,
so
yeah,
yeah,
me
so
too.
that yes,
I
then I know about the ing and using of ing adjective ends of ed is used to describe a feeling how do person feels ed. It means if you are using a ed on verb, you can show your how to feel person feelings and that ing is used only people
uh, uh,
to
uh,
describe your
uh,
objective describe it. One second. Yeah.
uh-huh.
ing is used to describe the character of person and ed is used to describe a feeling.
That's what you learn.
Yes, yes, yeah, I learn new things today because just like just I compare one sentence as like my father is bored.
Uh-huh.
It means feels is bored feeling. Just the sentence is showing on feeling.
Uh-uh.
And my father's is boring, that the shows of about the person. Because my father is boring person.
Boring. You are talking about someone, but if
Yes,
you say, I'm bored, that means your feelings. You are talking about your feelings, like you feel
yes.
bored.
Because if I uses ed, that's the source of feelings, and if I use ing,
Mm.
that's the point of show of human, show
Yeah,
of person.
exactly. Mm-mm-mm. If you say I'm boring, that means you are a boring
Yes,
person.
yes, you are a boring person. And if you say
Bored.
I'm I'm bored, matlab I feel bored.
Yeah, much better.
Yes. Yeah, this thing is new for me because I don't most of the times I don't focus on grammar, but I see when I see the topic, so let's try to understand of some
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
grammar.
Yes. By the way, welcome guys. Welcome back to our
Hello,
meetup.
hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. How are you? Tom, Al, how are you?
I am very fine today because I was active from all the morning, which is not very often for me. so,
Wow.
so I am great.
So you also had another meetup with Frank's
Yeah,
group? Ah,
no. It wasn't Frank's group. It was another group because I am addicted. You know, I'm FOMO. FOMO. I am classic FOMO
you're
person.
from FOMO, fear of missing out.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Good for you. How about you, Al? How are you today?
Quite tired. I've been
Tired.
studying English since morning. So
Mm,
yeah, it's been, I don't know, almost 10 hours now. I don't, yeah, but never mind.
mm.
How are
Hello,
you today?
Martha. Ah.
Hi.
Hi, Marta.
Hi, Martha. Guys, I wanna say
Hi, everyone.
something about last time we talked about how can we improve our challenge
Vocabulary.
in our group. So I already assigned some of them. Thomas, you didn't join us last time we had meet up in the.
Yes, I didn't know. I didn't know about this. Sorry for that. But I was surprised. I get known after, unfortunately.
Mm,
But I don't know if it is possible to change something in our group because Facebook has a new feature and it is possible to meet from the Facebook level
Facebook,
and
but we
maybe.
cannot record. Last time Shikar recorded our conversation, but he said there's no audio, so he can't.
Mm,
What's this? Share our video. There's no audio.
uh-huh. But are there any time limitations on Facebook or not?
I'm not sure because last time it took 1 hour for us, right, guys? It took 1 hour. And then there's no
Couldn't remember.
limitation. Unlike Skype, always 40 minutes, you have to reconnect
Mm,
again and again. So I will find out, guys, if we can make a live conversation, live meetup in the Facebook group. Much better.
Much better because
Conversation.
without this limitation, time
And then
limitations, yeah.
if it's directly save our files, so everyone also can watch our meetup.
Mhm, mhm,
So I don't need to upload to my YouTube channel and then share the link. Much easier, I think.
mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you should try to figure out whether is it possible for you to share the screen just like what you do on Zoom.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
Good
because
idea.
I've never done it.
Mm. Oh,
There is a lot of new possibilities because also on Gmail there are meetups now available and you can share screen there for sure. Because I checked it up. So
Mhm.
if you have a Google account, it is possible from Google also. But I don't know if they have any limitation. These meetups, I don't know it.
Google Meetup. Yeah, I heard that one, but I haven't tried Google Meetup.
Mhm.
So someone's here. Fabio. Alex, Ruhet. Welcome to our live. Welcome back.
Okay, thank you. I just wake up as usual on Saturday.
Ah, so that's why you're not turning on your cam.
Yeah,
I
it was a terrible night. I couldn't sleep well.
Mhm.
Actually, I was awake for a couple of hours.
Hello.
Yes.
So,
Hello, Alex.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello, Alex. Hello. You are the first time here.
First time, but
Yes.
last time he was also joined us last time.
Oh, I didn't know.
You forgot. How are you, Alex? Thank you for joining us.
I decided to participate in the meeting if you don't mind. Actually, I'm not really well prepared for this, but anyway, I decided to participate. Maybe I will more listen than speak it. So,
Oh, yeah. All
thank
right.
you.
So, anyway, our topic today is all about grammar, ESL conversation. So, I shared some examples that you have to prepare questions that regarding grammar rules. So, have you prepared, guys? Tom, have you prepared?
Uh,
Who's gonna?
I'm. I must say honestly that regarding these questions, and I haven't prepared yet, but I have prepared some topics which I think could be interesting because, as I said in my video, grammar for me it is the easiest part of learning English because there are rules and the rules are not, there are also exceptions from these rules, but it is pretty easy to learn these rules, and then it is only the matter of time to put them in your current speaking. But some aspects of grammar are difficult for me, and these are prepositions which should be learned, I think, only by practice, by using this. It is possible to learn them by reading a lot or listening a lot and speaking a lot. It is, there are no rules for using of these prepositions. And the other case for me is the using verb plus ing, or the other way, to plus verb in the neutral form. So, or so for example, uh, to sing or singing. He is singing, or he likes to sing. It is maybe not a good example, but you know what I mean. Using these verbs in these forms. Yeah.
So, how about you, Marta or Al? Did you prepare some questions that we can?
yeah, I have.
Yes, yes, sure. You can
It's
share.
quite hard. I thought it was a verb, but then you mentioned it's adjective, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, that is just only my example, but you can try to use another grammar module.
Oh.
Yes, that is only my example, guys. You don't have to follow all the time adjectives. You have to ask questions with ed and ing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see then.
So, welcome to Rohit first. Welcome back again. Thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. By the way, I mean to say I had a class almost 1 hour ago, but that was called off. That's the reason why I'm with you guys. Yeah. Usually I have a
Mm-hmm.
class now on Saturdays, so that got cancelled. That's why I thought I should join you guys today. So I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Welcome back again. How about you, Marta? Hello, Marta.
Okay, any grammar topic topics
Yeah.
is okay right now, yeah?
For sure.
Hello, hello.
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you, Marta.
Second conditional,
Mm-mm-mm.
it's like hypothetical situation or like imaginative situation. So the first question will be, what would you do?
What would you do?
Sorry.
What would you do? What?
Yes.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
What would you do for a living? Or what do you mean? What would you do?
Yeah, Martha, could you repeat your question? Could you repeat that?
Mm-mm.
Connection wasn't great, Marta. You know,
Yeah, it was not
if
clear. Yeah.
What would you do for yourself to improve, or for your family, or for community, or for your country? Hello, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yeah. It's kind of cutting off.
And what would you do for yourself, for your community, or for your country?
Well, Martha, I guess this statement is incomplete. It's incomplete. Let me give you an
Okay.
example. If you were the prime minister of your country, what would you do? What would you do?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the
we can
complete
change
statement.
like that.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So this is the complete statement.
Okay.
Okay. So if I were the prime minister of India, I would make so many changes in my country. So that's the complete sentence. Yeah. So this is, let me tell you, this is the second conditional, and there are 5 types of conditionals. So this is the second conditional, as far as I know. Yeah.
So what was your answer? Can you repeat? I couldn't hear, please.
Yeah. So it is. So I said your statement was incomplete. We need to use one more part. We need to add
I
one more
got it. I
part
mean,
to it.
like if you were a like president or
Yeah.
deputy, what would
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah. Okay. If I were the prime minister of my country, I would make so many changes in my country. I would do so many things for poor people, something like that.
I see.
Yeah. Do you understand, Mata?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
But you know, I can agree with your point. But if I were given a question, I mean, I can answer mine and yours as well. Because let's see, what I meant by if you're given $1 million, it means you won a lottery. So
Yeah.
it's like an imaginative situation. Like let's say you can win or you cannot by playing a lottery. So if I were given, or if I won a lottery, so I would let's say this amount of money for my community, especially for my, let's say, native city, which is far from the capital, and it doesn't have a lot of parks for children, so that they can have time to spend for entertainment, or just for just the locals to walk, even, let's say. There is no need to be a deputy or president to build a park or some kind of thing. If you have enough money, you can do all this stuff, I guess.
Yeah, that was just an example. So hypothetical, sentences you can make like this.
Marta, if you had had a better connection, we would have understood you better.
Really, you can't hear me?
It is slightly unclear what you are saying now. No.
Okay, I will leave and reconnect then.
Sounds clear for me.
Yeah. Earlier it was not clear, but now it's quite clear.
I think
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now it is better now. Yeah. When you have changed the room, it is now better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you guys. So when was the last time you were terrified? Who's gonna answer? When was the last time you were terrified? Tom.
I was terrified just today because as I get up, my client called me and asked me to go to my company site to help him with something, and I wasn't prepared to this because I had other things to do.
Mm. So you were not prepared. Uh-huh. How about you guys? By the way, hello, Evie.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back again.
Yeah, there's a
Long
time I
time
did
no see.
enjoy.
I think 2 weeks
Yeah,
or 3 weeks. I'm not sure.
yeah, something like that.
So you were busy? Were you busy?
Yeah, along the week is a little busy for me, but I'm trying to enjoy on the Saturdays. And I'm trying to do the the tasks along the week too.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Glad to have you here again.
thank you.
Okay, guys. Who's gonna answer or who's gonna ask questions next? Let's see, Alex.
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 Okay. For example, what kind of movie is more interesting for you?
Kind of what?
What
Sorry.
kind of movie?
Question. What kind of movie is more interesting for you?
I like action movie.
We are
Comedy or yes, comedy,
action.
maybe documentary.
Romance comedy.
Comedy. How about you guys?
Comedy.
For me, guys, I like action movie because it's really thrilling when you watch it. Or sometimes comedy. I also love comedy.
I like romance comedy because it's always just like release all of my stress. I can just like laugh with it. How about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I follow also like action movies, like guns, like I don't know, explosions, things to do really quick. Yeah, I follow the same like the Rodriguez. Okay, Adeline is Adeline.
Rodriguez.
I never remember. Yeah.
Fabio. Okay, so let's see, Ruhet.
Yeah. Adeline, could you repeat your question? Yeah, sorry.
Alex, what was your
question? Alex, you were asking a question. Yeah, could you repeat your question?
I asked you about what kind of movie is more interesting for you.
Yeah, well, I do. First of all, I do not watch a lot of movies, but when I mean to say, maybe 10 years ago, I used to watch a lot of movies. So I would say that comedy is something which I enjoy a lot. And apart from that, I really love romantic movies as well. I don't like action movies. I don't like drama or something like that. So comedy movies as well as the romantic movies. Yeah.
Yes, you like me. I also prefer comedy. It's a bit easier to watch this kind of movie because you during the watching you can relax and don't think about something bad in our life, something like that. Thank you for answering.
Thank you.
As for me, I like sci-fi movies, and the most interesting for me are the movies which have a tech or scientific idea as a basement. For example, the last one which I saw was Interstellar, and it was crazy because it was about traveling in time. But this traveling in time was founded on physics, and it was later I saw a scholar, I saw a lecture by very known physicist, and he said that based on quantum physics, it is possible to travel in time according to science. And so this film was kind of funny because it incorporated the new achievement of science, and it was very interesting for me.
Great,
Yeah,
Tom, great.
I am on the same page of Thomas Balansky. I love all the times of Sci-Fi movie.
Mm. In
Yeah,
my
like
opinion, the person who
Iron Man
yes.
and Marvel, all the movies to be based on science fiction and sphere of the IT sector.
Mhm.
How about you guys? How about Abby?
Oh, in my case, I like movies based on real history, like biography of people, and also I enjoy suspense movies. The mix of action, romance, and I like when a movie mix all genders and.
How about you, Martha?
I prefer watching. I prefer watching action movies. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love action movies. It's really thrilling, right? You feel the
Yes.
intense of the movie. You can feel it. All right. So who's gonna ask next? Tom, do you have any questions? Did you prepare something?
Uh, Maybe I will use your question because it
Oh,
is.
sure, it's okay.
How about one of your most boring jobs? What are your most boring job? Maybe it is learning English.
Boring jobs.
Hi,
You can
boring
say if
job.
you are doing the same thing every day, so you can say that one, it's boring jobs, like working in the company workers, they're doing the same routine, same thing. But if you're working like an English teacher, there are a lot of new changes all the time. You can learn at the same time. So yeah, I can say that. I think working in the factory, boring jobs, because you're just focusing more on your work. How about you guys? In your opinion?
Yeah, I felt you. My previous job, like it was in the office, so it was like the same exact thing, and it's just repeat every single day, and yeah, it's boring.
Yes.
Yeah, I
How
feel
about
you
you,
guys,
Martha?
Uh,
Good
Adeline,
looking all the time.
could you make me a host for a moment, because I would like to share a screen, or maybe I will send you a link, because it will be much easier to ask questions with this tool. Do you know this tool?
Oh, I know.
What is that?
It's a question generator.
Okay, okay. I can make you a host. Anyway,
No. I sent you an link so you can share this screen. I think it's a very
random question.
very helpful tool.
Oh, okay. So what you're wait, guys, I will share the screen. So we can choose what topic we can discuss. Anyway, I prepared a lot of questions, but yeah, I think this one much better because there are many tag questions. Oh,
You
gonna
have
Random questions.
funny questions, much better, I think. So more interesting. Let's see.
Okay.
Funny questions to ask. Okay.
What would you name your boat if you had one, for example?
Here, there are so many.
Oh, it's hard.
It's hard. Is it difficult?
What would you name your boat if you had one, for example?
Sorry, Tom. What did you say? What would
you name your boat if you had one?
Boat? If
What
I
would
have my own
you?
boat?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I don't know.
How you name your boat, and this
Oh,
way
actually.
it's continue to to swim.
I don't have any
Glorious,
idea,
for
guys.
example.
How about you guys? Do you have any idea?
Uh,
Oh.
in my
Um,
opinion, we have to be closer to our topic and ask question with using
Yes.
ink and ed some kind.
Yeah.
How about
I
this?
I
Adverbs of
suppose
frequency.
people prepare questions for it.
This one is related to our topic, grammar ESL conversations, adverbs of frequency. What do you think?
What the
sorry?
question?
What is something you always do when you study for a test? I think this is much better. It's related to our topic. What is something you usually do when you study for an exam or TOEFL test, IELTS test? What do you usually do?
Don't know exercises.
I practice doing questions before the test. No, that's why I can see if I do a correct answer or not, and I can learn with the questions. I think so good.
Okay, so for me, guys, before when I prepared my Korean citizenship exams, I studied a lot. Yes, reading and practice conversation with Korean speaker. At the same time, asking questions. Yes, that's what I did before. So I passed my Korean citizenship. Studying
Yay.
every single day. How about you,
Well
Al?
done. Yeah, I need a long time to before I do a test. Like for example, like before I was taking Mandarin HSK 5. I don't know if you guys know this. So this is like almost like TOEFL, but it's for Mandarin. So I prepared a long time. I don't know, 7, 8 months, and then I passed with the score that almost that I won, almost the target that I won. So it's like a long time period of time to prepare a test, especially a test that is hard and expensive.
Okay, thank you, Al. How about you, Alex?
Really, I never go through IELTS test or something like that. I only have test on my job at, um, to study English, and they decided what level I achieved. And in this case, first of all, I looked through all required questions for this test, and I prepare answer, and maybe I tell it for myself, or in front of mirror, and after that I try to have a good rest before test, and
Yes,
in
exactly.
the
You need
morning,
to have
of course, I try to
relax.
do some kind of work out. Work, in other words, I try to listen something in English, for example, if it's English test, and maybe pronounce some tongue twister or something like that, in order to
Pass.
relax and good, keep in good condition my tongue, and
Yeah, exactly.
try
Thank you,
to
Alex.
tongue on the test.
Yeah. So let's see, Vikas, what would you do?
Yeah, because I don't try to any kind of test, but I am prepared of my job interview right now because I am an employee. So when I prepared on my interview, so I try to search that kind of regarding of question through the Google, how to prepare of any interview, because and what are they asking for me, something extra, because yeah, it is my passion is to be different. I am a chef, so I am not interested about any kind of history, math, geography. Just I am trying to study regarding of cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, sometimes I knowing about the cuisine, how old are the cuisine, and what's the main point of the anyone kind of cuisine, and if the anyone dishes who's belong the cuisine, and yeah, lot many kind of things just regarding of my cooking.
Uh, 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 uh. All right. So how about you, Marta?
I forgot the question. Sorry, guys. What was the
Yeah.
question?
So what is something you usually do when you study for a test? You're taking a test.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Uh, I previously, yes, passed tests. I did it by myself. I didn't go to any courses to prepare, and I got the average score. And uh, I mean, like my kind of spouse pushed me to pass it before moving to this country because he thought we might need this certificate, but the availability of this certificate just lasts for 2 years, and it's not available anymore. And before this challenge, on all of these communities, are focusing on that test in my life. I mean, the one of the best one in this area is man who Chris IELTS Advantage, I guess the website. He focused on the simplicity. Everything we do regarding the tests, we try to make it difficult with all those using fancy words so that they not collocate with other words. And when those readers, I mean examiners who will our piece of writing or speaking, they cannot get it. I mean, word by word, we can translate from our mother tongue to English. So I can understand it better by listening his lessons.
Okay. So how about you, Rohit?
Yeah, Adeline, did you ask me?
Okay, so what do you usually do when you are taking a test for you're preparing for your IELTS test or your university entrance test? What do you usually do?
Well,
Review a lot.
I try to like before the test, before I would say that almost a month ago, I make sure that I know everything. And in last 1 month or in last few weeks, I try to just revise whatever I know. Okay. Sometimes it happens that we know about the subject, but we forget. So I just try to revise whatever I know, and I make sure that I try to go in deep. Whatever I know, I don't try to just know a little bit about that. So if I'm studying only one topic, I would try to go in deep in that so that I can, if someone asks me anything about anything related to that particular topic, I should be able to explain. So I just try to revise whatever can come in that particular test so that I should be able to answer. Yeah.
And try to relax before your actual test, because if you're
Yeah.
nervous, although you know the answer, but you're nervous, so you forgot. It happens. So try
Yeah.
to be relaxed before you taking a test. Anyway, guys, we are going to have another session. Just click the same link if you would like to rejoin. Okay, so we can continue our discussion. How about you,
Yeah.
Tom? How about you?
Uh, For me, I found many years ago that the best method for me of learning is repetition. Repetitioning. Repetitioning is this such a word? Repetitioning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the repetitions are the best way of learning for me. And it was like that. I was in school. I discovered it that if I repeat the same material a few times to myself, talking to myself, it was the best way to memorize it. And lately, I also discovered that by using the Enki application, which is the application which creates flashcards, and by displaying these flashcards in a period of time when the flashcard is unknown to you, it is displayed more often, and when it is easy, it is displayed not very often. It is the best way by these repetitions to get the content. And it is like that when I listen to something also, it is easier to learn something, and it depends on the construction of mind, because individual has specific perception of in mind, and some persons are visual minds, and some by listening learn better. So when you discover your own method of learning, you must keep on doing this, which is most effective. And for some persons, it could be by reading, but for others by listening, and so on. That's all.
Yeah, we agree. How about
Ink
you?
is a great app, you know.
How about you, EB?
I like to say it.
Huh?
I think I already say about it.
Yeah. What will you do if you are preparing for your exams or any tests?
Okay, I'm more like visual learning, so I try to learn with visual things, writing and have images to correlate with the things I'm learning. So as Thomas said, I'm more in the I like to do questions like with repetition too, practicing with questions to learn, and also I like to do what's the name? Like to do reviews before the task is a good way too. So basically that.
Yeah. So we have to review a lot more before taking a test. So
Yeah.
you will pass your exams. Okay. So anyway, we have less than 1 minute. After this one, we can reconnect. Okay. Just use the same.
Okay.
So we can continue. Keep talking those questions.
Anyway, what about Fabio? Is he
Fabio.
here?
I don't know, Fabio. Where are you, Fabio? He's not around. He's sleeping. Maybe. Fabio, you can reconnect later.
Hello.
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 Welcome back again. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so let me ask you questions. What about this one? This is about, wait. Have you ever met someone who eats very loudly?
Yes, when I was Japan once. It was like that, and I was surprised that there is in Japan there is a custom that when you eat loudly, that means that the meals are very tasty, and it is a way of getting to know the host that you are satisfied with your meal. And when you are not eating loudly, that means that this meal isn't very great.
Mm, I
So,
see.
Adeline, you mean to say while eating the food, like making noise, right?
Yeah.
Using the mouth, right? That's what you meant, right? Making some kind of sound while eating the food, right? That's
Oh.
what you meant?
Especially when they eat noodles, they eat
Okay,
like that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
okay,
Hururuk.
okay. Got it, got it, got it.
Yeah, same also here in Korea, guys, where especially kids, they feel like very delicious Korean noodles. They eat like this.
It's called sipping.
Yeah,
Sipping.
yeah,
That's
surfing.
interesting.
What's that?
Sipping.
Surfing?
Sipping. Sipping.
Sipping.
Sip.
Sipping.
Sip.
Sipping. Yeah, usually Chinese, Japanese, Korean. They do like that when they eat
Mhm.
noodles. When they feel like noodles are really good.
And in Europe, it is not a great way of eating. It is the sign of not being gentleman, or not being
Yeah,
I don't know how to say it. That you have a good from
manner,
home.
not a good
That you
manner,
have
good
yeah,
manner.
yeah. That you have a good manner. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Exactly. Because in the Philippines, guys, when you eat, you should close your mouth and eat like this. And then you should not talk when your mouth is full. Mm. That is
Yeah, Hebrews do too.
etiquette. 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 Good etiquette.
Polite.
Etiquettes.
Mm.
Yeah, etiquettes.
So I,
Well,
for me,
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Thomas, you were talking about Japan, right? You
uh-uh.
noticed
Mhm.
you might have noticed that in Japan, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess it was also from Japan. I was watching some video on YouTube, and in that video, like someone was mentioning that in Japan, like if you are in a restaurant and if you're having food, you're not supposed to finish the whole food. You should leave some food there. If you do that, that means you really like the food. So
In
yeah,
what country it is this custom? What country? In Japan also?
I guess it was Japan. I guess
Uh,
it was. I
I,
guess two years ago I watched that
uh-huh,
video. So you should
uh-huh,
leave some food
uh-huh.
in your plate, and that would tell them that you really enjoyed the food.
Strange.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
I'm not
Mm,
sure whether it was from Japan or from somewhere else, but I guess it was related to Japan. Yeah.
mm. In some countries, in pre-Christian cultures, it was a custom to put a piece of the meal on the ground to feed the gods, to feed the ghosts, and
Yeah.
the supernatural creatures.
How about you, Marta? How about your table manner in your city, in your country, when eating?
Yes, I can agree. Like, it's not how to say perceived as appropriate eating with noise or speaking while you are full of your mouth full of meals.
Food. Mm.
But yeah, it sometimes happens to people who do this stuff. As you mentioned, it was interesting fact like about Korea or Japan. Thomas mentioned
Korea, Korea,
Co-
Korea.
Korea,
Yes.
In Japan
Korea.
also. Japan also.
But I mean, in my country, like we used to watch Korean people, I guess it suits them. I mean, I don't, how to say, perceive this Korean eating style as inappropriate. I mean, in terms of, how to say, as you mentioned, like as if the meal is delicious.
Mm-mm.
But it was interesting at first while eating. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes. So, how about you, Abby?
Yeah, here you have some different it's impolite like to eat with noise, no. But it's something that's not bother me. So for me,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
not a problem.
Mm, yes. How about you, Vikas?
Yes. Yeah, something is the same within the another country. You cannot talk while you're eating food, and yeah, and something another interesting one thing. You should not take the water middle of the meal, middle of your meal, as like lunch, dinner, whatever. You should not take the water, because it is the regarding of my culture. Just my parents and my grandparents says, when you are eating your food, you should not take the water in the middle. When you finish your food, after approx 30 minutes, after 30 minutes and 1 hour, you try to take the water, not to just before and not to the middle. I don't know what happening, but sometimes I try to search through the phone, cell phone, and through the Google. It is the scientific reason. You if you take the water on the middle, your food is not proper digest in your stomach.
Mm,
Yeah,
That's
I
the main
totally
reason.
agree. Yeah, yeah, because I have also heard about the same. Like after in between, like while having your food, you should not have water. And once you're done with your food, maybe after half an hour, maybe after 1 hour, you should have water, and that will help the food which you have eaten digest in a proper way. Yeah.
oh,
Yes, yes.
So I have also, yeah, it's
new
there is a
information.
reason why, like, yeah,
Mm,
it's good
It is
for
because of
digestion.
the stomach juices, and if
Yeah.
you drink water with during the eating, you make the stomach juices to be this not so intensive, because they are
Yes, 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 yes.
diluted with water, and it is like that. It is
Mhm.
because of that.
Yes, 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 yes.
and I also notice, guys, when I'm eating and then during in my meals and then I drink water, I feels like I'm full already, even though I just eat a
Yeah.
little. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the reason.
that's
Or
true.
this is also good diet if you want to lose your weight. Before your meal, you should drink water.
Yes,
So
yes. You
you're
should before,
already full. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
not to
Then
middle and not to
less.
finish.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let me
I
share.
have a great question about food also. I found it on the web page. What food is delicious but a pain to eat?
Pain to eat.
Pain to
Mhm.
eat. That means chocolate, maybe? Chocolate.
I think there are some spices that are pain to eat, because like paprika or maybe chili.
Mm.
In my case,
Yeah.
crab, no crab. Like I don't like to eat. No, I don't like. But some people say like it's delicious, but you have a lot of work to to do
Mhm,
to eat. It's difficult to eat.
mhm,
Uh-huh.
I would
And
say like sugar, like whatever these days we eat, it has some sugar. So whatever we eat in which we have sugar, that is delicious, but it's not good for our health. So
mhm.
people,
mm,
yeah. So we know, yeah. So in
that's
India,
Yeah,
we have gulab jamun. You guys don't know that. Indians know that gulab jamun and rasgulla. So they are, really very sweet. They are really like it. They have a lot of sugar in it, and it's really very tasty. So if you want,
But in India, some of the people like to take this kind of sweets after finish your meal.
yeah. So if you eat them on a daily basis or something like that, after a few months or so, you will notice that you have put on some weight.
Yes,
And
yes.
once you are, like, I would say, 40 years old or 50 years old, then it will it will help, like, I would say that it can be some, like, it can be, I mean to say, like, you may have a lot of diseases just because of that.
Yes, sugar is causing the addiction, and this addiction could be similar to the narcotic addiction because brain wants more sugar because sugar uh, produces in the brain special hormones of pleasure when we eat sugar, and it is like that we are after some time we are very addicted to these sugary meals, and we cannot stop. And the worst of all is that sugar is everywhere, and in the ancient times this contain the sugar wasn't possible to eat in such a quantities because it was present only in the meat produced by bees. It was the only way of consuming sugar, and now sugar is added to all of the meals.
Mm-mm. Yes, I agree. So we have to less our sugar, guys, to avoid diabetes.
It's hard.
Yes. By the way, Christian, welcome to our live, Christian.
Yeah, thank you.
About
Okay.
random questions. This is all about grammar ESL conversation. So what was your last questions, Tom?
What food is delicious but a pain to eat?
Mm-mm.
I agree with Tom. And spicy food is very delicious, but it's painful because you ended up very like the temperature increases a lot, and at the same time, like your mouth and your tongue pains. So, but the food is very tasty and delicious.
Mm. How about you, Alex? Do you agree? Oh, do you know some food that delicious but painful to eat? Was that your question, Tom?
Yeah, it was my question.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Alex?
Okay. Okay. As for me, a lot of things which are delicious for me, and but I try to limit the consumption. First of all, it's alcohol. I like beer, but I know that it's very harmful for for my health, for my memory, my mind. So and all as said Tom, it's sugar. It's very harmful product, and I try to avoid this. Especially, I absolutely don't use lately products such as soda and other beverage liquids like Coca-Cola or something like that. I try to use simple water, even don't sparkling, and it's more useful for our health. And I am not very. Um, I don't know very well about useful food and which harmful for our health, but I have my loved wife who knows everything about it, and she limit my conception of unwanted foods for me. Thank you. That's it.
Uh-huh. Okay, so
Well, guys, sugar itself is not that harmful because it depends a lot of the person. For example, in my case, I practice a lot of sports, and even trainers recommend me to eat some kind of sugar foods because I need a lot of energy because I need to increase my body weight. So I need to eat like more food, and in that case they recommend me and they tell me that, oh, you need to eat some like tasty food, like it's not that healthy than other like salads or this kind of stuff. And that's the case. And I think the same, because it's very different when someone it's very active and practice some sport to someone that is sedentary, or that he has a lifestyle that is not so active. So it depends a lot, because all of your metabolisms and like your system inside your body is very different.
So how about Al?
So, eating healthy food, is that what you mean, Christian? Eating healthy food is quite painful. I know the feeling.
I mean sugar. I mean sugar.
Oh, oh yeah, sugar too. Yeah. So when I was like trying to get in shape, so I have to reduce the sugar intake and then try to reduce anything in fried. It was so hard. But I think like something that is fried is always delicious, But there comes a time when it comes to like, oh, it's at night already. It's 9 p.m. and then I'm hungry, so I have to eat. And people who sell, what do you call it? Like there's a certain food sold around my house, and it's fried, and I was like feel so full in sin when I eat it. Yeah.
Especially junk foods, guys.
Yeah, junk food too.
Really delicious, but it's painful because if you eat too much junk foods, might you got what's this kind of disease sometimes. How about you,
Yeah.
Martha? Are you still there, Martha?
Yeah, yes. The food which is really delicious and a real pain, it's fish, I guess. Fish bone, which is really hot while you enjoying eating it. You have to take it out every time. And in my family, my spouse, he had time in his childhood when he was on the verge of death due to fish bone, and he was so frightened of the situation. Since that moment on, he just tries to be away, not eating fish, so that we just consume it less. But I prefer to eat more. I mean, it's delicious for me.
Aww.
Fish. I also love fish, but my daughter doesn't like it. She always complain, "Mommy, it's smelly." Oh my god. Guys, do you have any questions? Or I can share my screen. Do you have any questions? Did you prepare some questions?
I have. Let me ask you, what would be the most exciting thing to do after this pandemic? Do you guys have plan? What is your plan?
Repeat, please, more slowly. Slower. Say again.
Oh, okay. What would be the most exciting thing to do after this pandemic? So you guys have any plan? Probably next year.
Travel abroad.
As for me, for example, I was to go skiing in Italy in March this year, and I had to how to say it, put it off, and because of the pandemic, and it is my greatest dream to go to Italy again and skiing there, because I am a passionate skier, so it is my dream.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh my God, it sounds so fun.
Yeah, it's a great fun. Yeah.
I didn't know there is snow in Italy.
Sorry?
There is snow in Italy.
Snow.
Yes, there is a snow in winter. There is a snow in Italy because Italy has a very high mountains, the Alps mountains. They are about 4,000 meters high. So it is even snow now in summer because these mountains are very high and there are icebergs. Icebergs. I don't know what is the English name.
Mm.
Uh, the ice is constantly lying on the top of these mountains, even in summer.
Is the north or the south?
It is the north of Italy, in the north of Italy. It is the border with Switzerland and Austria.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Mhm. How about you?
I
Don't
know that
forget
Switzerland
to
is famous for its
ski.
mountains, so I have never heard the first time about Italy. Glad to know that about skiing. So you like you had this ability skill. You've like built it from your childhood or during your university days?
I learned skiing in my childhood, but my equipment wasn't very great, and so I couldn't learn more because I have very heavy skis. Because they were made from wood. They were wooden and very heavy. So as a child, I couldn't manipulate them easily. But when I was in the university, I went to a trip, a ski trip, and I learned skiing there first time, and it is a great fun. It is a very
I love to
very
learn.
pleasure. Yeah.
I never tried.
but,
Yeah.
but due to the changes of climate, I think it won't last long till it won't be possible because the snow is ceasing and the season of the skiing season is shorter and shorter. But now you can go skiing now in the summer to New Zealand, for example. There is a skiing
Welcome to
season.
Russia, in the north of the Russia. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds so exciting. What about you guys?
How about you, Ruhet? Do you have any plan after this pandemic?
Okay, yeah. Well, in India, the lockdown started in the month of March. So, before that, I used to meet my best friends. I have got, I would say, 4 to 5 friends whom I used to meet on a daily basis. Okay, 5 days in a week, I used to meet them. So, like, I would definitely meet them. And there is a very famous restaurant in my city. It's called Sarvana. It's called Sarvana, and this is where we used to have food together. So I will not go out of my city or out of my country. I will just go there in that particular restaurant and with my friends, with my close friends, just to remember the time we had, before this coronavirus started. Yeah. So that's what I would do first once things get better. Yeah.
Yeah, I also miss my best friends.
Yeah.
Zoom isn't the same as personal meeting, yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
Uh-huh. Okay, so who's next? Do you have any
Yes.
questions, Guy, or let me ask you?
Okay, I agree with all you guys that this pandemic is destroyed a lot of plans, a lot of our plans and hopes. As for me, I was going to travel to Bali this year, and I usually use free ticket, such as according to our social agreement with our employee.
Oh, I also miss
So,
Bali. It's been a long time now. Yeah. Yeah, Bali is so beautiful.
such as I live in the cold country, I prefer warm country with hot temperature, and I like swimming, so I choose this kind of country. And also, I have to notice that this pandemic COVID-19 concerned me and my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law come to visit us in January for 1 month, but stuck here for more than half an hour, and she is still with our family due to closing all borders, and she come here from Kazakhstan, and now there are there aren't any transport to get to the Kazakhstan, and she haven't got any possibility to return.
So you are very happy.
I am tired. I'm not very. Thank you.
I see then.
Mhm.
What about the other people who wants to ask or who wants to answer my question? What about
Well,
EB?
in my case, I don't have any plans when the quarantine, but I want to travel around my country. You know, there are places even in my state that there are places in my state that I don't know. So I want to visit this place. You know, uh, to know new places. And yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I really wanted to travel too.
Yeah.
Okay, Lynn, where are you, Lynn?
Yes, I'm back. I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you questions, guys. How about this one? What is something that you have successfully completed? Okay, complete.
Hmm.
Your module, Rachel English, Al?
Well,
You have successfully complete module. What module are you now?
21, but I'm not really,
Wow.
yeah, but I'm not really doing the daily plan anymore.
For me, I'm still in module 9, maybe. Oh my goodness. I don't really follow the daily plan also.
Yeah, me neither.
Is it very difficult to be consistent with this course?
Yeah.
Is it time consuming or boring? What this?
Exercises. But if you really want to dive in your pronunciation, it's really good resource to practice.
It's not like I don't learn. Just because I don't learn daily plan anymore doesn't mean I don't learn at all. I can learn from the courses. So there's two kind of sections. So the first one, daily plan, is just arranged by Rachel's herself. However, the other one is something that we can just choose what we want to learn. So I learn from that, the courses section.
Me too. Since before, I always jump into the other courses. I don't really follow the daily plan. So how about you guys? What have you successfully completed? Let me see. Abby.
No, successful is a very hard word.
Or about
Yeah.
your diet or about your project.
Yeah. But this week I get to wake up early and yeah, for this week I get successful. I hope next one I beat you.
Yeah. It's a little success. You should celebrate.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Martha?
I cannot think of something I have completed. Maybe the course related to art. Yeah, I guess I can say yes. It's a successful course I've taken.
What is this? What kind of course do you take?
we were taught from the zero up to painting with oil, acrylic, pen, pencil painting, all this stuff. And I was amazed that, I mean, I was interested in this kind of art back in my childhood, but there were no opportunity to take up this hobby. So in my mature years, I've taken and I found out that we might be good at it.
Wow, interesting.
How about you? Let's see, Christian.
I think that my high school, I got to be successful.
Now you're going to.
I think that I went out from high school with good grades, and yeah, it was good. But for example, another thing it would be like I has the plan like from the last week to join this weekly meetup. So here I am.
You successfully completed. Congratulations.
Yay.
Who win the challenge?
The first breakthrough.
A challenge. I mean, who won the challenge, Christian? The fluency last.
Oh yeah. A woman won the challenge from Brazil. Actually, she made 190 calls during the 2 days. So yeah, she won.
Yeah, two persons from Brazil and one Ukrainian.
Yeah, and one guy from Ukrainian as well won the challenge.
Maybe first of the winner is Merileda and second third Veruska and second Vlad from Ukraine.
Yeah.
She is she is from Brazil, and one guy is from Ukraine, Vlad.
Sorry, Art.
Vlad, Ukraine.
Yeah, before also from Russia. His name is Art. He won the second place. How about you?
The second winner is Vlad. Yes.
Let's see, Rohit.
Yeah, so Adil, could you repeat your question successfully,
Yes.
which we have completed,
What
right?
is something you successfully completed?
Okay, so I can talk about something which I recently completed, and that was a lesson plan. So for your information, I have been teaching for last 6 weeks. So before I teach my students, I make a lesson for them related to one particular topic. So day before yesterday, I was working on causative verbs. So I was preparing a lesson for them, and I started it day before yesterday, and I completed it yesterday. Yeah, so that is something which I completed. It was related to causative verbs. Yeah.
Could you write it down, because I didn't get what you are working on.
Okay, sure. It is called causative verbs, like I will get my hair cut, something like that. Do you understand? So we are using get here as a causative verb. Let me type in.
How about you, Alex?
Causative
verbs.
Your
I didn't
microphone.
know.
Your microphone is turned off.
Alex, you need to unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
Yes, for me, I can't remember anything particular about myself which I completed successfully. I even don't know what to say.
What to say. you don't really remember what you successfully completed in your daily life. I see. How about Tom? Did you complete something?
I just learned new thing. Causative verbs: let, make, have, get, and help. Yeah, these are causative verbs which cause something.
Yeah.
New knowledge. And as for me, I am overwhelmed by my intellectual activity, my brain activity, and it was like that I was so overwhelmed by this that I decided to made up something in my home. So I started to renovating my stairs. It was physical work, totally physical, and I was working with tools, mechanical tools, and uh, I was removing the old layer of lacquer, and then I was painting the stairs because they were made of wood, and I painted them with special oil, and the effect, the result was surprisingly good, and I was very satisfied with it, with this. And I must admit that sometimes when we work with our brain only, it is good to break this and do something physically. It gives so much satisfaction that it is perfect. Yeah, that's from me.
Oh, congratulations, Tom. You finished it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I completed it successfully.
Yeah, they are looking great now, these stairs, because they weren't very great because before they were covered with layer of lacquer, and during years this lacquer was worn out, and the stairs were dirty, and I had to remove this with great effort. I have to use special tools, and I was really tired, physically tired after this work, but it gave me such a great amount of satisfaction
Satisfaction.
that, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Congratulations. I'm very happy to hear about that. As I heard some famous saying which says that renovating or repair home unable to complete it, it's maybe only have a break between repairing house or something like that.
Guys, we have less than 1 minute. Would you like
Coach, my day.
would you like more? Another session?
I don't know, you know.
Yes.
I
I
we
don't
can
know.
talk more, guys. We can rejoin the same link. Less than one.
Hi, guys.
Adeline, may I ask you one question? Because I wonder how you manage to do such a lot of things in the same time: podcasts, YouTube, meetings, and and so on. How it is possible?
Yeah, I can manage all those stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah, I always, yeah, I have to do my YouTube channel. I have to prepare my lesson plan and my task, meet up. Too much, too many.
I am impressed. I am impressed, really.
Yeah, maybe because I love it, guys.
Mm.
But if I don't like it, so I won't do it continuously. But because I enjoy what I'm doing, so that's why I keep doing it.
Yes,
That's
true.
great.
Yeah.
But do you use some tool to manage your time or your activities?
Sorry?
Do you use some tool to like manage your activities in your time?
I mean,
Yeah, daily routine.
my schedules?
Yes.
Yeah, I organize my schedules. So I have guidelines, agenda. Today I have to do this one. I have to finish this. So
Okay.
I try to be organized. I try to manage all my schedules to
That's
become
nice.
productive. Oh my goodness. How about you guys? How do you manage your time?
For example, I use this application which I gave you link, asana.com.
Asana?
It is free, and it is also perfect for organizing the work in teams, because you can have up to, I think, 5 or more even person, and you can give tasks to them, and you can check up what is the progress of these tasks, and they can share materials, files, and other uh, things, and it is perfect for me, and I can create a task for my next day, and then with satisfaction I could check up that it is done, and it vanishes from my schedule, and it helps me organize my day.
Yeah.
There is a similar application that this one you said is called Trello.
It is asana.com. I wrote it in the chat, this name.
Okay,
Asana.
there is other app called Trello that is similar. That's one. It's similar Asana. It's called Trello.
Trello. Yeah, I know it. But I think Asana is free. Not I think. I'm sure it is free for a basic usage. It is free, and I think it is pretty easy to use. The learning of this is not a great deal.
Nice. I will look for this one. I didn't know.
Yes. So you have to make your own schedules, guys. You will see you have a lot of extra time for your other stuff if you
Yeah.
use your schedule. So you will know what you have to prioritize first. So you have
Yeah.
guidelines.
Yeah.
The key is playing.
Exactly. But I don't really follow sometimes my agenda if I'm tired or else if one task I really love it, I study more. And then next time I will do it another homework or another task.
Yeah, true.
Depends on my
For
mood
example, I
sometimes.
used to follow like my activities like during the day. I used to do like in the schedule like 1 hour for every activity, and like to continue with another, because I'm those kind of person, the people that used to get bored like with everything. So I need to doing like different activities during the day to don't get exhausted or bored. Because for example, I can do 1 hour like study English in the morning, but then I can do another hour like in the evening, because for me at least it's more uh, it's easier or helpful, because if I study like 2 hours long, I think I get bored more fast.
Yeah.
How about you, Alex? How do you manage your
Um,
time, your schedule?
Unfortunately, I can't say anything good for my personality. You know, I absolutely unable to plan my day. I don't have any agenda. And lastly, in the daily English program with Stephanie, we studied personality, and I found out that I am adventure. And when I started to read my type of character, it seems that I agree with this, because this type of don't like planning. Uh, In other words, I am very bad in planning time, and of course I trouble with that, and I try to learn how to manage my time. Sometimes I started to write thing which I want to do during the day, but every time is this my attempt is failed, and I do it spontaneously, and sometimes I suffer from it, and I understand that it's not a good habit for me. Uh, I would like to learn how to manage my time better. Maybe some program or apps. It will be useful for me to 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 study how to manage my time.
Maybe the notebook, the traditional method.
Yeah, the good one.
Mhm. How about you, Vikas?
Yes, right now, sometimes, but because I am stay at home, so I all the times just using on my cell phone, watch the videos, and watch when I have some app. I have some app for my preparing on my interview. So sometimes I read that, and yeah, I'm gonna think about the study of Spanish. So maybe I create a chart for studying of my Spanish language.
Mhm.
I know some of the I download some of the videos because I learn to Spanish by through myself, not to buy anyone courses and anyone things. Just I have some of speakers who speak in Spanish. They approach me and they help me sometimes, but not all the times.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask you another question, guys. Thank you. How about this one? Let me ask you. Okay, so think of one major problem facing your country. Okay, what should be done to fix it? Think one major problem in your country. Tom,
Nature?
this is a random questions. You should be
Mhm.
spontaneous.
The name major problem? I
Major,
didn't get it.
really great problems, biggest problem in your
Okay.
I can answer this question because I'm prepared for this. Thought about this a lot because in my country, I think the most important issue is the thing that population is getting older, and there are a lot of old people, and the percentage of older people are growing, and it causes economic problems because they need a lot of care, and also they need financing, and social security funds couldn't afford to finance such a great number of older people comparing to the smaller quantity of active people which are working, which are paying for these social security funds. So in the future, it will be like that this the percentage of the proportion of older to younger to retired people to active people will be nearly 50 to 50. So it would cause a great trouble for the country, and it would be like that the elder people, retired people, level of their living would be very low because they would not be financed in the appropriate way.
appropriate
So
way. Mm.
yeah, so it is like that. It is the main problem, I think.
In your country. For me, in my country, in the Philippines, the main problem is, I think, corruption. Because most
Yes, it is the biggest point of everywhere around the world.
corruption
It is the biggest, yeah,
Yeah.
corruption.
the world, I think, right? Corruption is the
Yeah.
one major problems in my country, especially the politician, the one who manage the country. They're always corrupting instead of for that funds for people, but they are yeah, getting it and use it in their own pocket. So other people sufferings, there's no progress, especially our government. So and also the one was this the one official working in the like tax office, they're also doing under the table. So for example, if you want to release your papers right away, then you can just give money to them, then tomorrow your paper is released. So that's also the reason. But here in Korea, I don't know if there is corruption. I'm not sure. Because here
I
in
think it is not possible in Korea because
yes,
it is
yes,
another culture, another culture.
it's they're very organized and was that trained. So whenever you go apply something, you have to be wait in your turn. You cannot.
But you know, I think that was an issue in Korea because I think it was like that even the president of Korea was engaged in corruption. I think it was something like that several years ago because th- it was like that on the top of level of
I had that one. The yeah, maybe. I
yeah.
don't really watch news, so yeah, I had they had issue about the
And
hearing.
they were demonstrations and against the presidency in Korea. And after this demonstration, he had to quit. Quit. Oh my God!
Oh,
Who's that? Who's that noise?
yeah, yeah, guys. I think that was 2 years ago. Pa- I forgot the name. Was that Pakunhe? Maybe Pakunhe, the president before. She was impeached.
Yes, she was a woman. Yeah, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, and because of corruption.
Corruption. Yeah, they have also corruption. I think all
But
over
you
the
know, they in Korea they could catch this issue and they could localize
yeah.
the person and prosecute this person. In other countries, it is impossible.
Yeah, impossible. Keeps going. Keep going.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay, who's next? How about Christian? What is the major problem in your country?
Well, yeah, last, I'm gonna tell you last before I go, but for example, in Mexico, I think the main problem here is narco traffic. Because there's a lot of people that like the drugs and all of this stuff, but it's together with corruption because narco traffic doesn't work without corruption because a lot of people inside, like the police or the government, helps a lot of narco traffickers and to be able and to like scatter the drugs to all the country. So yeah, it's really difficult, and it's like a war. Like it's been here this problem since the last century, and so it's really complicated because um, in Mexico, people says that if there's a buyer, always there's gonna be a seller. So, and the problem as well is with the population.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
how about Alex? What is
Mhm.
the major
but
Uh,
I
problem?
have to go. Thank you so much, and
You have
I'll
to
see
go
you.
now.
bye, Christian.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Alex, continue.
So I am from Russia, and so I have a lot of disagreement with our government. I'm not very good at politics and economy, but I see a lot of disagreement in this because, as in any other country, in our country exists a lot of corruption, and our government not wisely distribute our resources such as gas, oil, and only a few people have a lot of assets from it. And in my opinion, government need to take some measures to regulate it, and I don't see any possibility to change situations because I don't see any uh, great head of our country, and it's practically impossible to reach high post in our country and not to be in the same party with our president, and it's like corruption in the high level of our country, and it's difficult questions. Of course, there are a lot of other problems in our country. Is poverty, for example. A lot of people just starving from absent of food, and a lot of people don't have any house, and all a lot of problems. It's sometimes our local administration take some attempt to regulate it. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes not. Something like that. Something.
How about in your country, Abby? How about in your country?
Yeah, in Brazil also have a lot of problems with corruption and politicians, you know. But other problems you have is about the inequality, of social inequality. You have a lot of money in the hands of few people and less money for the rest of the population. But I believe that the main problem to need to be solved is about the education. Because I believe that education is the source of these other problems. You know, when have a good education, maybe the people don't, the governments don't do corruption. No, I think educational, and if the government invest in the educational and the public educational, they think to be better.
Yeah. I think so. So in your country also, is it free? Your elementary, high school, middle school, free?
Yeah.
Ah, that's great.
But aren't so good, There are public and private schools, but the private schools are better than the public one.
But
And
so
some,
in your country, there is public school and private school, like elementary, middle school, high school.
yeah.
Same in the Philippines. We have public schools and private schools, but in Korea, all public schools, but if you want to go to academy, then you have to pay. Like you have to study math or English, history, science. It's different, but they have all public schools like elementary, middle school, high school, all free. Until high school,
Nice.
I think, free.
Here also about university, no college. You have public college and also private.
Ah.
But they about university, the public universities are the best one.
Uh-uh.
And
So
the
the
Yeah.
private
public
university,
universities in Brazil are the best one. The public universities are the
yeah,
best one. They are paid or they are free to
they
learn?
are free.
They are free.
Yeah,
Oh.
But I
but
think it is very difficult to get access to these public universities. There are exams and there are
High
sex.
standard. Very high
Yes, yes,
standard.
yes,
uh,
yes, yes, yes.
there are exams, no, pass to ingress in the public university.
Mm. It's
Mhm.
different, guys, because in the Philippines, if you study public school, the education it's a bit lower, the standard. But if you study public
Teacher,
and a private school, the standard it's higher. So most of the parents, especially if they can afford to send their kids or children to private school, they prefer to send to private schools because the quality of the education it's much higher.
yeah,
Yeah.
here the same.
I
But
can.
yeah, but in India, in low level, where you can 10+2 in high school and 6 7 standard, you can also study in public school. Sorry, it means public. I don't compare public and private. Means in my country is government and public, government and private. Yeah,
Mm.
because government school is not too good for your education. Is sixth standard and 10th standard. But when you are studying university, most of the people is to study like in a government university, but it is too high level admission level is too high. You cannot get easily that admission. But if you get the admission, you can get the education free of cost. Not to pay free of cost, but you get the scholarship as like you can say you also get the degree free of cost. Sometimes they pay few amount as like 120 rupees and 200. It is not good, just few.
I heard that in Korea it was a case that it was policy of government to fight the unemployment among youth people, and the government encouraged the youth people to study the second faculty, third faculty, so to delay going the youth on the work market and to fight unemployment this way by educating them on the second or third faculty. And the result was that there are a lot of young people which are over educated and still cannot find a job because
Yes,
Mhm.
they are
exactly.
over educated.
Mm.
Mm,
They already
Is it?
have their that master degree, but still jobless. And
Yeah, yeah.
a friend, uh, he studied so many like mastering or taking a lot of courses, but he's still jobless. Can't find job. I see. Hello, Sultan. We have new.
Hi, Sultan.
Hello,
Hello,
welcome.
hello. Yeah,
How are you?
I'm fine. And nice to see you again
Yeah, yeah,
after a very
yeah.
long time. I'm seeing you.
Long time no
Hi,
see.
Avi.
Hi.
I
How are you?
So today
Uh,
we are talking about what's this? Random questions. So we're in about education in your country. You're from India, right?
no, I'm from Bangladesh.
Ah, Bangladesh. So how about in your country, Bangladesh? Your education, is it free?
Not actually, it is not totally free. The government, if you, the primary education is totally free. the government declare primary education is totally free if you send your kids to government primary school, but there are some private or kindergarten school that those are not free. You have to pay for giving for attending education. But the quality of the private education at primary level is better than the
Mm.
government school. And the high school is not totally free, but you have to pay very little. It is very little. Just maybe in a year you have to pay less than $5 in a year.
Very cheap.
It's very cheap. Yeah, it's very cheap
But
for the
you
student.
have to maintain your grades.
Yeah, no.
No,
No.
doesn't matter. You
You don't
pay.
you don't have. Yeah. You don't have to maintain or you don't have to achieve the minimum grade. But if a student failed to pass two consecutive year, then he or she will be treated as dropout. He or he may be no longer stay in that school.
Has to
There are
finish.
some restrictions, but it's very uncommon. The government designed the system in such a way that no student cannot drop out or cannot fail in a class. So it is not very difficult in high school level, and in the college level, the education in the government college or public university, it's almost free. The cost of education is like less than $10 per year. It's very cheap also. But if you go to private university or private college, it will cost very high. It is not very cheap. It's very expensive. Not all the family or all the students in my country unable to afford that cost. And in if you want to admit in public university, it is not very easy. You have to attend an admission test. You have to pass an admission test. If you allow in that admission test, and the university will rank the student who participated in that admission test. If you got that chance, then you can get admission in that university. Otherwise, you cannot. So it's difficult. Uh, for myself, I also had to participate in that admission test, and I remember that in my department, the number of student was 100, but maybe we more than 30,000 students participated in that exam. So it's not very easy to get a chance in public university. But if you want to complete your graduation from a college, it is not very difficult in my country. And if or another thing, that if you want to complete your graduation or master's degree, whatever the subject, if you go to private university, you have to pay a lot of money. Then you can complete your education. It is not very easy. It's very difficult because you have to think about your money.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing. That's
Yeah.
great. You have
Yeah.
education. How about this one, guys? Do you have any question, Tom or Alex, Abby?
No.
I have one.
Okay,
Mhm.
Alex,
Uh,
Abby.
what the activity did you most enjoy it in the on the weekends?
What
And
activities do I enjoy most on weekend?
Yeah.
For me, I
in
always stay at home, so I always enjoy uh, surfing net and yes, chatting and YouTube, Facebook. So that's my activities during weekend because I barely go outside. How about you guys?
My practice is that I catch up with all my tasks which I procrastinated during the week. But I would like to go out and visit my friends or go to some interesting places. But it is usually not possible because I am overwhelmed by my activities. So similar to Lynn.
Me too, guys.
How
Actually, my
about you,
friend.
Sultan?
Mm-mm. Actually, my friend invited me to go to our Manila town because there is having they're having a birthday party. She's asking me, "Where are you now, Lynn? Please come here." I said, I'm still having a meeting." Oh my goodness, I can join. Yeah, I always refuse. Most of the time I spend too much working on my computer, so I barely have time to enjoy. So sometimes I have to uh, hang out with them. How about you, Alex? What activities do you enjoy most during your
The
free?
most enjoyable things for me is go out with my family. I like go to picnic, and I like to do shashlik. Russian, it's fry meat on the street, and we have a great time with each other. In we usually attend place near the water where there is possibility to swim or uh, something like that. And also in my free time, I like to wildlife in the local forest and to talk about different topic about our private business, and it's a pleasure for me, and I it's working, and but sometimes I don't want to go anywhere.
Oh, your connection,
It's
Alex,
freezing.
Tomato coach, something like that. Just lie on my sofa and watching TV and to do nothing. Thank you.
yes, much better. Relax.
Yes,
Enjoy
yes.
the weekend. Mm. How about Tom? How about you, Tom?
Uh, about me, I think that we are about to finish our session, and
How about Sultan?
You have 4 minutes.
4 minutes left. We have
uh,
4 minutes left. How about you,
so
Sul?
my uh, I would like to do physical activities most because they are I think they are needed to my fitness, and they are good for because the more you move, the more you practice physically, the more healthy you are. So I prefer walking, Nordic walking, for example, and in summer Nordic walking, in winter skiing, in summer also swimming. I like a lot, and these are my favorite activities. But it is not possible to, unfortunately, do them because I am overwhelmed by other things, usually because I'm wearing two hats, as you know. I have two professions at the same time, so I have a lot of work to do.
Mm,
So that's like that.
yeah.
Unfortunately, maybe fortunately.
Mhm. How about you, Sultan?
Usually in my weekend, I just go outside with my family. There was a little park near to my house. I just went there with my daughter. But during this COVID-19 situation, it is not possible to go outside with my daughter every weekend. But in some weekend, I just go there and my kids play in that park for a very short time. And most of the time during this COVID-19 situation, I spend my weekend in internet. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. I spend a lot of time with some other people. Every know them well. Every Sunday, I meet with them, and I love to join this group also, but the timing was not suitable. Is not suitable for me actually. That's why most of the time I am absent. Maybe this is my third time I joining with you, but I try to join with you every
Yeah,
time.
yeah. This is
And other vacation in a year, I in every year I got some extra vacation from my office. In that time, I just went with my wife for my village to my village, or sometimes go to visit or go to travel to the coastal area in my country. That is very beautiful. So I spend my time in this way.
mm.
Mhm.
Nice.
Oh, thank you so much, guys, for sharing. By the way, our time is 1 minute, so
Yeah.
thank you so
Thanks
much
once
for
more.
joining. Yes, it was
Thanks
my
once more,
pleasure to
Adeline,
talk to you.
for this great activity. You are
Yeah.
enabling us, our active English. You are the precious one.
Thank you so much, guys, also for joining. So, yes,
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank
learning
you.
together and practice, why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I'm adding another task. So maybe this week you will see, because I already assigned who will be the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That is our weekdays task, but we always have main tasks that you have to do. So I just do this one so other members also can participate the other activities in the group.
I
So
try
thank you
to
so much.
enjoy the tasks.
So yeah, less than 1 minute. So bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
In the
Take
group.
Have a
care.
good day.
Have a
It
good
was
day.
a
Have a good
pleasure for
night.
me.
Have a good
See you
night.
soon.
Have a nice day.